Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about why I love cryptids. And if you look up the definition of cryptid, it says it's an animal that has claimed to exist but never proven to exist. And that contrary to popular belief, cryptids don't have to be supernatural, mythical, or even all that strange. And some examples of cryptids are like Yeti, Phoenix, Bigfoot, and some more talked about or maybe celebrated ones are Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, ghosts, and aliens. And it could be personal, like maybe a ghost that's haunting your home, or maybe it's something you saw in the woods, like to a point, the Enfield monster is kind of that. That it was like something kids saw, and then their dad came home and the kids told him about it, and then the dad went outside to look for it and he saw it there, and he like got his gun out and shot it, and but to a point it was kind of just one guy's encounter. And I really do think he believes what happened, that he saw like this three-legged beast with like two arms, like claws, and red eyes, or pink eyes, big pink eyes. And it's kind of just one guy's story that evolved over time and became something more. And I really believe that stories in general are such a big part of history, and that before we could even read or write, we told each other stories, and it was our way of transmitting history to one another in an interesting fashion. And we really preserve parts of who we are through the stories we tell, and it's such a beautiful part of the human consciousness that's been created. And these cryptids, they're these myths and folk tales, legends, and fiction, and that the idea of something being real, at least to me, is kind of debatable in ways, like things like Pokemon, that they've affected people in more ways than people have. And in a way that is so real. And I'm not maybe necessarily talking about if they have an organic form, but to me these things are real, and they've given me at least an instant interest in history, and it's so much fun for me to learn. I've always liked learning, and it's such a fun thing to explore these different cryptids and what they do, and it's just a fun way to experience history. Like the axe handle hound. If your axe handle ever went missing, it was the axe handle hound that stole it. He likes to eat axe handles, and but it's just kind of a fun way to explain a missing item. And then you have things like the agropelter, which is a monkey-looking creature, which it wasn't really ever seen, so it wasn't known so much what it looked like, but it would hang out in the treetops and it would throw wood down from above at people. And it's not so fun because that could be really dangerous, and people died from that, especially in the redwood trees, the massive trees. But then there's like really fun ways of poking fun at silly mistakes, like the ding bell, and oops, I left that PA system on, must have been the ding bell. And it's kind of just a way of people being introduced to technology in the workplace. And then there's really more advanced ones like the Payasaw bird and the whole story behind that, and that it was like a giant creature bigger than a cow, and it had the face of a human and the mane of a tiger and a massive tail that went the whole length of his body, and it could pick up humans. It was so large, and it really enjoyed eating humans. So the chief went and meditated and fasted for days off on his own, and he had this vision, and a spirit came to him and it showed him how to defeat the bird and where his men needed to go in order to defeat this bird. And he went back to his tribe and he told them a story, and one problem was that someone needed to be the bait for it, and the chief offered to be the bait. So all the men hid in the bushes, and it was the chief went and drew the bird's attention. It flew down and they all shot their poison arrows from their hiding places and hit the bird, and they defeated the bird, and it was a great victory for all of them. And it's really like a cool, fun way of talking about history, and it's a story of great triumph and terror, and it makes me question what was the reality to this and what really happened. Like, maybe it wasn't so much this Piosaur bird, but it could have been a lion or a mountain lion or something, and they drew this great mural and celebration of defeating it. And these memories and stories, they're really timeless, and I guess that's why I love cryptids so much, is because they're just amazing parts of history. And I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day. Thanks for watching.